All right, GM everyone. It's November 29th, Wednesday. We're back for a special episode of Let's Play Little Nouns. We're going to get started right after this. Index, GM, how are you tonight?
GM, I'm doing pretty well. It's been a while since we've done a duo episode, or an episode for that matter. So I'm excited to be back. A lot of unknowns here, but excited to be streaming again.
Me too. We had sort of a light episode here. This is an adventure. Our original season was sponsored by Little Nouns via Prop 116, but we have fulfilled that, and we don't have a sponsor right now, do we?
Nope. We no longer sponsored. We're free agents. Not really sure what we're playing anymore either. Are we playing Little Nouns or are we playing Nouns? Maybe we're playing Bits. We could even play something else. I don't know. But yeah, free agents. We used to be sponsored by Littles. We signed that deal on Ethereum months ago. We kind of fulfilled our obligations. And so we're ready to ink a new deal somewhere.
One thing is for sure, this is just for fun. This is not financial advice, not legal advice. Don't listen to us at all. What season is this? What are we calling this now? Are we like 3.5? Are we into season 4? I don't even know.
I mean, of Nouns or our show, I mean, I don't know if it matters either way. I don't know what season Nouns is in. I don't know what season we're in. We're just kind of free agents and kind of just free forming this whole thing right now. So maybe we're not even in a season. We don't know. Preseason, off season.
Off season. There you go.
Yeah, we're kind of an off season.
Well, let's set the stage here. We're at November 29th, down 929. Pretty clean. I'm not sure about the Nogs on this. I think a monocolor Nogs might look good on this toilet paper roll. Leading bid here, friend of the show, Lil Noun, Lil Mike Good, GM Mike. And in terms of treasury here, Lil Nouns, since our last show, sold 15 of its nouns and is now sitting on about 546 ETH, plus one crystal ball noun right here. This little guy.
Yeah, I think last time we did our show, we had all 16 nouns, and we were kind of on that pirate ship. And we managed to get our prop in just in time before we lost our ship. So it was like, even though the whole season and our whole journey like went nothing like we thought it would, somehow it all kind of like worked out in the end, even though it's not really, I don't know if it really worked out, but in some weird ways it did. That we got our prop up, we finished our show, we still had the ship, and then we kind of lost them all after. And I don't know, are we on like a life raft, or maybe the door from Titanic? I don't know where we are. Are we still at sea?
I don't know. Our ship sort of got sold, forked out from under us. Should we give just a quick sort of recap as to what happened? Why don't we pull up Lil Nouns here? Like this. All right, I'm going to go to lilnouns.wtf. Essentially, we had...
It's been quite the journey.
Where was it, man? Where are we?
I mean, it depends how far back you're going. I mean, the full story and the full picture goes quite a ways back, but shorter term, since we kind of last did our episode, these are the more important props: is seller nouns 167, 168, and then seller nouns 170, 171. And these are the props that actually sold the nouns. For 23 ETH on secondary market, 15 of 16. It had to be split in two props because you can only do 10 transactions per proposal. And they got scooped up fairly quickly, and then they got thrown right into the fork. And I believe whoever forked them came away with roughly 23.7 ETH. So there was like a 0.7 ETH opportunity there. Yeah, keep going. There. Oh, there's our ship.
Plus, it got the fork executed, right? Without these, the threshold wouldn't have been met. Am I wrong?
Sort of. Because I guess 53 nouns in fork, and you take away like 15, you're at 38 nouns. And I believe that was the threshold, but you also have to take into account once the fork was executed, more got added and more got bought at auction. So yeah, probably right on the border, with or without littles. But the whole thing took so long that when the first opportunity for littles to kind of fork or sell our nouns came up, it was kind of essential. But by the time it actually happened, I think it was a little less impactful.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. GM, Nounish Prof, GM Fantastic Planet. You really got us there. That'll be 3 ETH. 3 ETH to the GM run.
That was a very high effort intro, by the way. I worked all day on that one, whatever that was, months ago.
Oh man. Yeah, kind of sad watching this crystal ball now. Just this crystal ball now kind of scroll over with what this used to be, right?
Yeah, one nouns. I don't even know if having one is better than zero, but I guess so. Although it kind of you keep all of the work and like the frustrations at only like 1/16 of the power. So it's a weird dynamic. It's kind of glitching there.
Well, let's do an update. Why don't we on nouns? We are free agents here. I noticed I took a look at the prop queue right now, and there's only 2 active proposals. So kind of a slow season here for nouns. How does that feel as a voter?
I kind of like it actually right now. Like the prop timeline kind of got shortened to 7 days from, I think it was 12 days total, and now it's 7. No, it was 10 days. Sorry, and then now 7 days, ignoring the 2-day like queuing and executing. And so there's less time for each prop, but less props right now. And I kind of like that. I still feel like I spend too much time deliberating over what to vote on and how to vote, especially on some recent props. I like was racking my driving myself crazy, I guess, over what to vote. So less props is I kind of don't mind it. There was a flurry, I think, like weeks ago, and now it kind of slowed down. Maybe holiday slow down.
Did you vote on 438 here?
I did. Should be in there somewhere.
Or R08?
Oh, you know what? See if you can find me. I'm in there.
You are.
For those who are just listening, Lil Panda is looking at the delegation votes on Prop 438.
I mean, there's your 08 voter, I see.
Yeah.
So had you delegated to someone else?
There I am. I received a delegation sometime in the last like couple weeks. So on my main account, I now have two votes.
Was that solicited, the delegation?
No, it just randomly appeared one day. I don't actually even know who they are. So it was kind of weird, kind of cool. My first delegation in Nouns.
Wild. And so did you click in and see who they were?
Yeah, mickvault.eth, and I kind of looked into who they were a little bit. Not too much information, but it's a kind of like a little bit of an older noun. I think it's like 228 maybe. So been around for a while. No fork, which is kind of cool. And then they chose me to delegate to. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if I'll ever know why, but yeah. I now got 2 votes. Technically I have 3, but I kind of give that one away.
The 08.
Yeah, and that's something I'm thinking of maybe stopping or changing soon enough. I may delegate. I still would probably delegate it out to something, but I may delegate it out to like a slightly different experiment or situation. To be determined, though.
Fair. Okay. Well, you want to talk about? We got a great comment there from Prof. Love the 08 experiment. I do too. Can you remind us again how you work that 08 vote?
Like technically it's all very manual, but essentially if anybody votes on a nouns prop with 08 and they give a reason, I take that into consideration, and whichever either for, against, or abstain has the most kind of weight behind it is what the result of that 08 vote is. Right now, lately, it's just been Ben Bodie. At times, there was up to like 5 or 6, maybe 08 with reasons. So it got pretty interesting for like a few weeks, I'd say. And then it kind of slowed down. Gas is really high. And so I kind of feel bad because it's up to the person to vote, but I don't know if I'm like kind of encouraging like gas spend, especially when, voting is like 10 to 20 bucks. And then fantastic planning here. Check the chain, 08 is back. I saw that. Sewerpipe.eth voted 08 on the Gami prop, and I actually kind of like that reason. I don't know if you want to go to it or something, but yeah, I think it'll fluctuate. If gas was cheaper, maybe we see more interest, but it's completely manual, which I got to give props to people that kind of do meta governance on behalf of others, because it's kind of a pain to keep up with props.
Which prop was that on?
It was on the Gami one. It should be. Let's see.
Right here.
That was WAG. Maybe go up one. There we go. Pipe. And then what is added to the DAO by Gami having an extra vote and getting a bonus? And the answer is a message to everyone that consistent builders who continue to grow the community, brand culture are important and highly valued by the DAO. I think I kind of like that reason. I don't know how you feel about it, but fantastic plan. He's not eating, so he can vote. It is essentially like the cost of a dinner to vote right now, which is crazy.
And I guess that was a direct response to Noun 12's vote against. Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually, like in the term of like Littles recently, so Fantastic Planet, Borg Pipe, whatever you want to call them, had a prop at Littles recently, and there was like one point of contention that I kind of disagreed with his against voters, and so he was funded by the DAO, and he essentially put that money right back into the auction. And some of the arguments was like no one told him to put the auction in, and I don't know, to me I kind of consider that to be a form of ROI, even if it's unconventional, like and that's what we all are like striving to get in Littles, is like auction attention, auction revenue, and action at the auction, and we got it It just wasn't really in like the form that people expect, and maybe they don't directly attribute it to the prop, but I think I kind of do. And it's like this never-ending strive to onboard new people without really considering about the people who are already here. And it's like lifetime value of a customer versus like customer acquisition costs. And sure, no one told Pipe to spend 2 ETH on an auction or on auctions, but he did, and I think it was very clearly like a result of the funding. Just unconventional. That's my like hot take or disagreement of the day. It's like there's I think a lot of unnecessary focus on like new people, and not as much care for the people who are already here.
Yeah.
And so like this Gami vote with reason kind of touches on that a little bit.
Yep.
But that's about it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about delegating that zero weight vote to maybe like a party or something, and then adding in people who don't have a voice, and maybe removing people if they do get a voice. Kind of that thing. Maybe like not quite an Nouncil, maybe an alternate Nouncil. For some reason, Fantastic Planet wants you hit the F12 key. Not sure what that key does. Increase volume, I think. So.
All right. Yeah, keep the YouTube comments coming. We appreciate our audience, everyone. Let's jump over to this. This is a candidate here. I think you sent me this, or Mike sent me this here. Let's you know, give some quick feedback here to this idea. It's by youngalgo.eth. Play nouns, fun game UI layer to keep nouns weird.
Yeah, so I came across this. I forget when it was, maybe like a month ago. Actually, no, I came across it a little bit longer, but we've been DMing about this kind of like gamified, and yeah, and it hits very close to home in some ways not quite. Yeah, let's play nouns. Yeah.
It's got a playable demo, right?
It does have a playable demo, yeah. Pretty much outbuilt us in the span of like a month, which is okay, but not quite our vision, I don't think. But it uses a similar name, Let's Play Nouns. But we know famously that Let's Play is not like trademarked or copyrightable or whatever. And so CC0, free to use. I've been kind of memeing it as like in New York here, there's like this Ray's Pizza. And then there's like original Ray's Pizza, and there's like famous Ray's Pizza, and then original famous Ray's Pizza. And so there's kind of like a Ray's Pizza meme, and so it's like this the famous original Let's Play Nouns or something. I don't know. I'm still workshopping the meme, but it's kind of funny.
I do like here the catalyst for this was a tweet by Nounish, which kind of sort of took from some of our stuff, right? Didn't we kind of inspire this?
I don't know, like, if we truly inspired it, but I think maybe in some small ways we did. You know, people are obviously capable of coming to ideas. We didn't get a shout out of there, simultaneously or like independently. So who really knows? But yeah. I mean, I did have like this vision of like Twitch streamers kind of like playing nouns. I don't know if it's quite there yet, but this maybe kind of brings that vision to life a little bit. I mean, we're sort of doing it. It was very weird to see that photo you scrolled by, because I know that photo in real life quite well.
This one right here?
That's the Hudson River.
Yeah.
So I've seen that view a lot. I'll say that.
Yeah. So I'll say I can see this on Nouns Camp. From the main Nouns site, I was having trouble finding. Yeah,
that's the weird thing. There's been a bug on the main Nouns site for these candidates. So I'm not sure what the problem is. I feel kind of bad for the proposers, because there are actually a few props. And you know what? going back to the original kind of like slowdown in the proxy, there's a couple props that are sponsored, but proposers are having difficulty getting them on chain due to some bugs and front end issues. So that might be it actually for a couple.
Well, that maybe is why there's such a slowdown in props this week.
At least partially. And then we did have a few comments. We're going to go back here. Prof, great point. Need to take care of those who are already here too. Also why I want a prop house for existing contributors rather than the Nouner Scout approach. And I will say that I was potentially momentarily tasked with trying to bring this idea to life by someone, and then I kind of passed on it this week. But sorry, Prof. Maybe someone else can take it up.
Yeah, but I think the answer is someone's got to do it. No one's done it yet.
Yeah. Heard the bug was something to do with missing that. It's another meme. You've been missing a lot of memes, Panda. But
yeah.
That was like one of the legendary performance arts. I thought Borg essentially like became missing noun for a while, and you couldn't really find him anywhere.
I like it. Is Borg the one? There is a prop coming up on Lil Nouns, right? Should we do some analysis there? It's 175. Who's this? This is Pipe.
Yeah, Pipe, Borg, missing noun, Pablito, Fantastic Planet, Sewer Pipe, Disco Pipe.
I don't know if anyone on YouTube has any comments on this. 175. Are you going to vote yay, nay? Yeah, share your opinion. Are you for on this? Are you a no? What do you think? We got little content.
I was a 4 on the other attempt at a higher ask, and this is kind of like the re-proposal. So the other one just failed. Prop 173. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a tough situation out there. He did quite well. I voted on this actually with his own nouns, so we do have a little hot take. F this guy, just a rehash of the same shit. So there's that. Ask is same. You know what it actually is kind of amazing? He has this reference document that's like 340 slides or something like that. It's actually pretty fun to like scroll through and look. The amount of content.
Right here?
Yeah, the reference doc. You might come up as your, I don't know what account you're logged in. There it is.
Nothing to see there.
I mean, you didn't give me a chance to fully warn you. You just kind of clicked it.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So, no problem.
I don't think it's really a super secret anyway. No. For 2 viewers. We'll blur that out in post.
No, we won't. All right. So this one starts in 18 hours. And what is there, like a 2.5 day, 3-day cadence? So this will finish up sometime around December 2nd or so.
Yeah, I like to see it passed. I think he's got great energy, and I like the work. Actually, it's like it's fun. I don't know. It's exciting to me. I like it. I appreciate the work. So we'll see. It's pretty much up to the little nounders at the end of the day.
Plus, I think you got to get a wide support, like the 17 yay votes.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
So, you want to go meta here and talk a little bit about our prop, potential next prop, where we're going? We're kind of past that. We're past that first season. We're talking about doing something more. Will Price likes it. We'll see. We'll see about that planet. But yeah, what are we thinking moving forward for this show, this stream, this adventure, Index?
Well, the big thing with like our Prop 116 was that the end goal was to put a prop on chain at Nouns and kind of follow that journey, and that was kind of like interesting and fun, but it was also sort of daunting. And to me, I feel like we kind of found that like our show is kind of fine, and it may be even more fun and relaxing without that like hanging over our heads, and that it could just be kind of like a weekly show where we talk about Nouns, maybe have a few people on who are currently playing Nouns here and there. And so I think if we repropose, we kind of our deliverable is more of the show than the prop at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's kind of like the biggest change in my mind. I don't know how you feel about it. Obviously, it would be great to have like a successful prop at Nouns and get funding for it and stuff. But I kind of like, I think there's an opportunity for the outlet. My favorite guest, maybe.
Dude, I still want to meme up the outlet, man. That is the most underrated noun.
I forgot.
Although it is sort of North American centric, I'm sure. But oh man, the outlet.
Yeah, I think in other countries we gotta we gotta design like all the different outlets. Or oh man, imagine you were like on Nouns.wtf from another country and you got served a different outlet. But I think that would happen with a lot of heads. You might have to make like cultural. You have an outlet lover in the audience, but maybe we'll have the outlet back on. We haven't had the outlet on in a while. So.
Oh man, outlet is wonderful. We could really do an outlet story arc, start to finish. But yeah, the other kind of changes. Obviously, we did 7.5 ETH each for this sort of indeterminate kind of adventure, for which we did, I think, over 40 episodes or something ridiculous. Somebody check me on that. But we were thinking something lower for kind of a season renew, something in the like 4, 6, 8 ETH range, something like that, to keep going. And we're thinking just sort of a weekly show, right? Just like what we've been doing.
Yeah, I think a weekly show, 3 to 4 months, 4 or so ETH, maybe 4 to 6 to 8 ETH. I don't know, depending on feedback we get and our timeline. But yeah, just a weekly show I think is fine. And yeah, weekly show, set timeline, set funding, and kind of the show is the deliverable. Even though it kind of always was. We already got some votes. Will you look at that?
We did.
Wow.
Bang. So what are the bullet points here? It's something like this.
Yeah. Weekly show. Name to be determined, let's play. Are we playing nouns? Are we playing little nouns? Are we playing bit nouns? Maybe we could take our talents to bit nouns if Littles doesn't want to fund us.
Let's play little nouns again.
I'm trying to think of like meme names here, but yeah, just a weekly show. Let's play little nouns again. Smaller ask, defined time frame. So I don't really know if we have to do much more than that for the prop, but
we should include links to all our shows, which you can find, by the way, on youtube.com, searching for @LilPanda WTF. Up to 32 subscribers. Thank you, everyone.
I mean, we definitely like were struggling in the beginning, but I felt like we were hitting a stride maybe like a month or so ago where we started getting regular listens. I mean, we have listeners right now. We have like 4 at least here. So we were definitely finding some small amount of success towards the end.
Yep.
That may be the only downside is our view counts, but I don't know.
We are syndicated across Twitter. We get retweeted. We're also on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I think on Twitter, we get more views than here.
Significantly more.
Yeah, so I always forget about that. NounsTube, shout out to NounsTube. Always kind of watching whoever that is. Index's number 1 player. How could we not watch? I don't know if I'm the number 1 player, but I play quite a bit. I may put in some of the most hours, I think. At least in the proxy. I sit and hang out in the proxy all day, queuing and executing.
Yeah. Well, we've got to go to the dashboard there, right? Dune.
I've cut back recently. The costs were kind of adding up. But yeah, let's see. I'm going to update my little query here. So season 3, which is essentially the block where V3 was implemented, that's kind of what I'm using on my Dune dashboard. Indexcard.eth has queued 11 props and executed 16. And then my other account has queued 3 and executed 2.
Pull that up. Can you share that?
Oh boy. Let's see. I need a tab. Where's Dune? This is why we may not get funding. We're still working on the... All right, I'm just going to go the whole window. You can see all my Nounish tabs up top. So I think I'm safe. But here, 16 executions, 11 queues. And then over on my other account, that's 3 queues and 2 executions for 32 total post V3. And I've passed on a bunch of others that were there. So I did execute the fork too. I may allegedly I've executed another fork. But as far as the chain says, that was pipegood.eth. So I don't know if that was me. Chain says pipegood.eth. I go by indexcard.eth, so you tell me. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of queuing actually. I kind of slowed down. Even the ones that Suprio did, I think I let him do. So recently, the Rise of Blues Dropposal was kind of borked and couldn't be executed, and then I noticed that it could be, so I'd let him know and he executed it. But the supply of the mint was set to 0, so that one didn't really work out. But it still got executed. And then most famously, I hunted down the Sasquatch and allowed for the execution of another prop. So I saved the prop essentially. And I executed him.
116 in the process.
Yeah. That was a big prop for us.
Anyone have any thoughts? Anyone want to join the show? We're going to throw the link up in the Little Nouns Discord server if anyone wants to join up. We're going to have just kind of some time to hang out here, kill some time. Any feedback on our prop? Anyone want to talk about anything else? Join us. I just posted the link, the StreamYard link in Little Noun private chat.
Yeah, we don't have like too strict of an agenda today. I mean, you said it was going to be a special show. So I thought you were kind of debuting like some novel tech of some sort because, it's kind of like the North Star of Littles. But I haven't really seen it yet. So maybe at the end, you're kind of like teasing us to stick around to the end.
No novel tech, just missed the show, wanted to get back to it. Kind of scratch the itch after a couple weeks.
Okay, well, we may have a tough time getting funded without the novel tech, but Prof.
Thanks for the listen, Prof. Unfortunately, I'm not coming out to Miami. You're talking about the Little Basil celebration, which I believe Index you are. Am I right?
Yeah, we should probably plug that next week. I actually won't be here on Wednesday. I'll be flying down to Miami during the time of our show, so maybe we'll pre-record the show or something. But yeah, Little Basil, I'm gonna be there. It's pretty much an all-day event. We're collaborating with Toads, Pizza DAO, Builder DAO. I think even Base is getting involved in some ways, so it's going to be interesting, going to be fun, and I'll get to meet NounsTube finally in person.
What'll that be like?
I don't know.
What are you expecting?
I heard when you meet NounsTube in person, you should be prepared for like a fight. So I've been training for the last month now, doing boxing,
doing some Muay Thai, some MMA.
Muay Thai. No, I don't know. It'll honestly probably be kind of weird, but fun and interesting. We'll see. Yeah, exciting either way.
Do you expect it'll be sort of a fist bump style greeting or a handshake, or what kind of greeting are you looking for?
I'm a big fan of the handshake, to be honest. So I've got to throw in at least one handshake. Oh, we got Bix here. Is Bix going to come on stage? There she is.
Bix, I think, will also be at Little Basil, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hi, guys. Yeah. Yep, I'll be there. I'm coming in, I think, Tuesday. 5th through the 9th, I'll be there.
What's it going to be like meeting Mr. Mike Good and Mr. Index, Bix?
Bro, handshakes? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I'm excited. I mean, I love, like, meeting people that you, like, talk to all day online, like, IRL for the first time, so it'll be fun. I mean, obviously, it would have been, like, way more spicier if this would have happened, like, 2 months ago, but I'm reformed, so.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, it would have been crazy. But I think at this point, I don't know. I feel like aside from some of the conversation in like the Little Nouns Discord this morning, everyone kind of is getting along for the most part and collaborating quite well right now. There is still some, like, obviously it's a DAO, so everyone has their own opinion and views. But at the end of the day, I think Little's just changed a little bit.
Yeah, for the better. I mean, people are allowed to have disagreements and stuff, but I feel like at the end of the day, the most important thing is to, like, if a prop goes up and it doesn't pass, we should be kind of like giving feedback and working together to like help craft the prop so it will pass. Because I feel like people get discouraged if their prop goes up, it doesn't pass, and then they're not given any feedback or anything. So it's kind of just like the idea is like just brush to the side, you know?
Yeah. Earlier for Pipes prop, my only point that I sort of disagree with, I think, is he did put the money back into auctions, and that was kind of like questioned as maybe not really like ROI or like his own choice. But I think in like the non-obvious way, that is some form of ROI. And just because it's like an existing DAO member or even the proposer themselves, at the end of the day, the money still went back to the DAO, and it's just like in a non-obvious, unexpected way. But I still think that shouldn't be discounted fully. And like
Bix, we got the ROI specialist here. Bix, does that count as ROI?
I am pro pipe, so yeah, I definitely agree that it should count, because I mean, that's the thing, is certain people like to read props a certain way, right? So it's like, if it doesn't check all their boxes, maybe they disagree with it. But if you list out just everything that Pipe delivered, it's definitely like Mike had said, it's like an add-on, like a value add, because his original prop was only for one thing, and it was like having that prop look at all the other stuff we got from him. He helped with East Chicago. He's helping with Little Bean. He helped with Little Basil. Plus, he essentially gave back the money that he earned. So it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, he's even helped me. Like if I ever am like trying to think of something, I'll just ask him to kind of like draw something up and pretty quick. So I appreciate Pipe's kind of like dedication to the DAO lately. An acquired taste, I think I said earlier in Discord to him, but once you acquire the taste, he tastes really good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just went.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. So Satori actually, so Satori voted against, but he provided, really awesome feedback. And he did have a really good point that, because like Pipe's available to do all these things, it's either, a prop needs to go up per item, which I feel like that would just be daunting. Like, do we really want to make people vote and spend gas to vote on, should Borg design or Pipe design, a little Basil co-op banner for whatever 0.25 ETH? Like, no, we shouldn't do that, right? But should there be, I feel like it's a bad word in the DAO now. It's like taboo, but like we'll come up with a different word, but like a residency. Ooh, cover your earmuffs. I know it's a bad word. But Satori had that idea where he said, maybe it's a prop for like an overall residency because he is helping with all these different things.
Yeah, that's kind of like an age-old debate, even in like the main Nouns DAO. And I think like it's led to some kind of like random, weird, sometimes poor design and like props and execution that everyone is kind of forced to do everything. Like if you want to launch a product, you've got to design the entire thing, design like the website, you got to build the website, you got to market it. So it's kind of like an age-old debate in the DAO, and I don't know what the right answer is, but just having Pipe around to like have him kind of like hack on some random illustration or something is kind of fun.
What will the Basil event be like? Can anyone plug that? Does anyone know?
Mike, good. That's all you. You're the chief organizer.
Index, you know all about it. No.
Well, really,
Yeah,
Prof is like Prof is the champion of Little Basil, but we kind of she had to run. But Mike is second as chairman.
Definitely not. I feel like everyone is slacking besides Prof. Let's keep it real.
Who's giving the speeches? Is it going to be Bix? Is Bix going to follow Index or precede Index?
Bix's main stage doing an ROI marketing kind of 101 lesson for us. UTM variables. I don't know. We do have like Jesse from Base apparently doing a little bit of a talk, which would be kind of cool. Like that's an actual big name and big topic. Maybe someone else coming down. We're not really allowed to say because they don't know if they're actually going to be there. But from another NFT collection. I'm not tasked with giving a speech, but if I have to get up there, I will. I don't know what I would talk about.
Oh, you should definitely give a speech. You talk about keeping the keeping the trains running for the Dow, hanging out in the proxy.
Nah, I don't know if that's interesting enough. But yeah, it's kind of like an all-day event. In the morning, pretty chill with like a breakfast bagels type thing. As Prof calls bagels and builders. Then during the day, it's kind of like fairly open-ended. I think that's where some of the talks will be. But then we're kind of collaborating with Toads for a few hours in the afternoon, which should be a lot of fun. And then like the real main event at the end is Pizza DAO. We're kind of co-hosting something with Pizza DAO at the event. So that's like our probably the main event and what's going to attract the most people. And kind of like cross proliferation. So I think it'll actually be exciting that it's not just littles or nouns. We're going to do some Toads things and some Pizza DAO things.
Nice. A New Yorker goes down to Florida for pizza, huh?
I mean, I'm not going to eat the pizza, but...
Do you have a favorite pizza index?
Well, I eat gluten-free and usually dairy-free, so not really anything special. I did once have regular pizza a few years ago, and that was a white pie, which was kind of nice. I'd never heard of a white pie in my life because I never ate pizza like that. But we've got Pipe here. Can we add Pipe? Let's add Pipe. Welcome to the stage, Pipe. Or not. The saddle might be triangulating him, trying to figure out get him the signal.
Looks like Pipe is missing yet again.
Oh, he was there for a second.
He's looking for the soundboard button.
I don't think we have any soundboard here. We just have where the waves take us. I don't know if we need to find like new music, new intro, new assets, but we're big where the waves take us fans here. Figma and chill. Sprinkled in with a little bit of awkward silence.
I think we're trying to organize some sort of like midday prop house round as well. So SQX, if you're listening, we got to figure that out. Whatever we're doing, like he got that prop passed. I know it's not a lot of ETH, but I think he wanted to like try to give it away to somebody at Art Basel for something, or at least ideate there. How much ETH was that again? We should pull that up and look at SQX's prop maybe.
I'm not sure how much that was. Which prop are you talking about, Mike?
That one right there. What do we got to give away? What did SQX get for us?
You kind of need like a Rosetta Stone to kind of like really grasp the content of this prop. But yeah, Little Basel Prop House. Interactive rounds at Art Basel. .5e/5 littles. This one is prize 3 littles, prize 5 littles. Don't know if I fully understand it, to be honest, but we've got some littles at our disposal and a tiny bit of ETH, so we got to figure out how we want to run something. I think it'll be fun if we could try something. I know there's currently a prop at Nouns for an in real life prop house that maybe is a little bit more well thought out than what we might do, but we could potentially be the first people to do a real life prop house kind of.
Maybe, yeah. We got to think about this a little bit this week. We should probably use our time tomorrow to talk about that on the call.
Yeah. Also, if you're listening and you have you would like to sponsor the event with some beer or some alcohol, we're open to listening to your offer.
Yeah, we blew it. We thought we were going to have Public Good beer. They are brewing it in the States, but it's just too far away and not quick enough to get to the event. And then I thought maybe Bud Light was going to hook it up, but they needed a few extra weeks to figure that out for us. So next time we need like at least a month or so for Bud Light or somebody to get involved.
Could you just contact like a local like liquor store or bar or something like that? Or the event location needs to receive it from a distributor, right?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
So we're just going to end up going out and I guess just buying a bunch of booze at the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean,
The
could we
live
bring stuff
Publix
there?
run.
Yep. Index is going to get to experience Publix.
I mean, I've definitely experienced Publix in my life before. Famously broke my phone when I weighed myself at the entrance scale. I put my phone down and then it slid off and I shattered it.
Oof.
That was years ago. So, but I enjoy Publix. Down in
about
Pompano
Wegmans?
Beach a few years ago, I saw a guy kind of laying in the middle of the road outside. I think he made it, to be determined, but that was fun.
Yeah, Publix Circle or Publix by Wynwood. Yeah, probably kind of crazy. South Beach Publix. Oof.
Wegmans. There's a new Wegmans in New York.
Where?
It's Wegmans. Is it Wegmans?
I love Wegmans.
We don't have
Maybe
that
it's
here.
From New York, I think. Oh, it's just a beautiful, beautiful high-end grocery store.
Yeah, it's crazy because Mr. Wegman actually built the Pittsford location like in honor of his wife, and in Rochester, that's probably like the nicest Wegmans you'll ever go to. It's like Target, you know, it's like the Target of grocery stores, in my opinion. Target.
Yeah, the Wegmans in Ithaca, New York is pretty nice too. That's the first one I ever went to, and I think the only one I've ever been to.
I'm a Publix maxi. You won't ever hear me talking shit about Publix. They have it all. The deli's super fire, and they have everything. Whole Foods is cool, but I would honestly prefer a Publix deli than a Whole Foods deli, for sure. And you can't even like get lunch meats and shit like that at like Target that are any good. Like I would never, ever.
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
I would never trust that.
Lunch meat at Target.
Or like a rotisserie chicken or some shit. Like fuck
I
out.
don't even know if they offer that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I don't even know. They have like a full deli at Target.
I could just imagine like the add-ons for like
Super
the
Target.
housewives.
I really like Trader Joe's, obviously. Place is fire.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna spice up Littles this coming up week, just because we need some new spice, you know. So yeah, incoming staking prop. So let's all get excited about that.
Oh, I thought you were about to say seller last noun or something.
Oh no. No.
It's gonna be like just in time for Art Basel. That'd be hilarious. When would
I
we
don't know,
vote on that? If you could time the vote for while we're at Art Basel, all distracted with the party, that would be hilarious.
What are you going to propose for staking? You do Lido or what?
No.
What do you have in mind?
I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna go with the Origin ETH, with Peter's Origin ETH, just because right now it's got the highest performing yield, right? So to me that just makes sense. Lido is actually, hold on, let me double check before I say. I was just gonna say Lido I think has the lowest yield.
Yeah, the Lido return right now is pretty low, to be honest. But
But the Origin ETH has got Ponzi-nomics. I'm not comfortable with a large staking with Origin.
Really?
No.
Why do you feel it's Ponzi-nomics?
Because their extra ETH yield comes from basically holders who aren't getting the yield onto their account. And I remember talking to Peter about it. I'm just not totally sold. Like, where does the extra yield from Origin ETH come from? You think it's just free money?
Well, no, not at all. So they do have, when you leave, they have like an exit percentage, right? So they do take a fee from there. And then they also are in, like, they have money invested in Convex, which Convex is where you can like place money and then you earn like rewards, like basket rewards, right? Like CRV and CRX just from staking there. So you're earning all of these like additional tokens that do have value, right? So and then obviously the exit fee. So, but they're also diversified, right? So I mean, I don't know. I do like Origin ETH, so I'm not like a maxi. I mean, I'm not like 100. I'm not married to it, right? So if you could show me something that has a better yield, then I'd go with that. But let's see what Rocket Pool's at. Lido.
Rocket Pool doesn't yield. Rocket Pool just trades at the higher amount. So it's slightly different.
Well, the return. So Lido is 3.7. And Rocket Pool is, let's see. Did they just get like a new dashboard? Oh, it's 3.2. And then if we went with Origin, their 7-day trailing yield is 5.03. So it's like, do we really leave that 2% on the table?
Yes. In my opinion, yes.
Panda, you're crushing my soul right now. All right, well, I don't know. To be honest, I think
the more agreeable bet is probably Lido, even though Pete was on the show and he was great, and we supported his journey. I don't know. I feel like Lido, if we're going to get into it, maybe the safer bet. Even though I know Al is pro Rocket ETH, but he doesn't have as many votes anymore, and he's
that microwave's been unplugged.
Almost, not quite. The light,
it's operating on lower power.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it's super contentious anymore, and maybe it was in the past. But like, I'm the one who got Lil's going with the staking. I sent Rocket Pool Youth and Steth to the treasury like months ago, earlier in the year. So I've been staking Littles since the beginning of the year.
Oh, okay. So I mean, what about diversifying? So what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think just, like prop for 300, all 300 in one, or do you think 100, 100, 100 and diversify into 3 different protocols?
I mean, it depends if those protocols are good
or
not.
Like one for Lido, one for Rocket Pool, one for Origin ETH, right?
I'm not a fan of OETH. Sorry, Peter.
No, it's okay. You could vote against that one, right? So it's like whatever. I'm just saying, just putting up props. Like, would it be better to have like one prop, one protocol, or 3 different ones, and then people could vote?
Interesting. I feel like maybe I would start with. I guess we do separate to start. Like I don't know if you're gonna stake 300, then yeah, I guess you could propose 100, 100, 100, and then depending on the result of that prop, you could always stake more in a single one or discussions, or maybe just propose one to start and see how that goes instead of having to put up 3 props.
Yeah. Well,
but
I don't know, because I don't want anyone to feel like it's like forced, so it's kind of like we could either have the discussion or, kind of like in true Malad spirit, nothing's official until it goes on chain, right? So, but I also did just have my first, I think my first Littles defeat with that auction adventure prop. So it's like, I'm battle tested now for defeated props.
Welcome to the club, Bix. That makes you, that's a veteran badge.
I don't think I've been defeated yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. I'm not too sure. I've never really put up like an actual like series other than 116 with Panda. I've yet to put up like a real serious prop at Nouns at least.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that the auction adventure one wasn't even my idea. It was actually a play off of like Borg's idea, or Pipe, Borg, Pipe, Missing Noun. I don't know. He's got a lot of names. But yeah, he was saying that this was when the floor was like 0.5 of the crypto toads, that we should like sweep the floor and then give them away as raffles. And then Jarman was like, well, what if we just gave away like Littles as raffle tickets? And I was like, oh, that sounds good. And I was like, all right, maybe we should just put up a prop, see if it sticks. But no, people gave really good feedback on why they didn't like it. So go back to the drawing board, try something new.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of like Gami's Boombox Noun experiment. I can't think of the name of it right now, but even that one, like, I couldn't bring myself to buy one. I don't know why, but
yeah, it was 4Gs.
Forgeries, yeah. I don't know why, but I couldn't get myself to do it. So
yeah, well, I think the fact that with the forgeries, I don't think that there was any other utility besides it being just like a raffle ticket, right? So
yeah, just a raffle ticket, so a little different for sure.
Yeah, at least with this, you would be able to actually get some utility. But I mean, just trying to think of like fun ways that the DAO can kind of like bring in some revenue. Because if you look at, let's see, Little's auctions, I don't think, the last Little was on the 18th, so we're on like day 11 with no auction activity.
I guess you could say we're looking for some ROI.
Or some like engagement, anything, something.
ROI just can't come from an existing DAO member and not from the proposer himself. Other than that, everything is in play apparently.
Yeah.
And I guess with that, that's our show.
We'll see everyone next week, or actually, we don't know when we'll see you next.
I'll be
but
flying
we'll see you
next
again.
week, live from Miami. Let's play now.
Thanks, everyone.